welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm so excited to be starting my 2023 planner flip through. It has been a little bit of a push, friends, to get through for me for the end of the year. I have Plan With Me's for the first 2 quarters mostly up on my channel, but I did very much fall off with Plan With Me's. I've had some relatively major life stuff going on in 2023, which I won't get into here, but it does mean that I did fall off with my Plan With Me's, and then I've had to batch do 6 months of spreads in my own time between Christmas and New Year. I have not yet finished those, but we are close enough that I can at least film Q1 of my flip through. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today and at least feel like I've made a little bit of progress towards my videos for kind of wrapping up 2023. So a few things before we get started. My 2023 planner is the Tilly Journal 7x9 Functional Flexi Planner. I've used a Tilly planner for several years. It's what I'll be using in 2024. I absolutely love the planners. I have mine with a small coil. You can get a bigger coil if planner chunk annoys you, and my planner is chunky. I personally like the chunky feel, and also all my other planners, whether they're from Tilly or not, have a smaller coil, so I prefer the smaller coil. But because of using stickers and extenders, you can see that it flicks up. Tilly would recommend you use the bigger coil, okay? It's just I'm stubborn and use the smaller one, but that is why we've got this little bit of chunk there. So if you are somebody who's using a lot of stickers and a lot of extenders, then I do recommend that you go for the bigger coil if you think you would be bothered by this. It doesn't bother me. They're mostly going to live on a shelf, you know. So in terms of my spreads, so I am going to be taking a little tally of which shops I've used in terms of the kits, and I'm going to also be marking foil color because I just like to look at those stats at the end of the year to see what I used. I've just always done that with my flip through videos, and if you do want to see any of my previous planner flip throughs, you can see those on my channel, so do check those out. I have done the sensible thing this year of not writing in things I don't want you to see on camera, and therefore I don't need to cover my spreads in post-it notes, which is great because we can actually really enjoy them visually rather than mostly enjoying spreads of post-it notes. So I'm really glad that I've done that this year. It makes it much more enjoyable. Okay, I think that's everything. So let's just get started, shall we? So just in terms of the front of the planner, we've got this little bit of vellum. We've got this bit. I haven't written my name because I'm too terrified to write my name. My Tilly Journals planner is very stripped back, so I literally just have the dividers and the weeks. You can get monthlies in here, you can get additional note pages. I just don't need those in my memory planner, so that's why I don't have them. So first up, we have the week of the 26th of December to the 1st of January. This is using a kit from Plannerface. I do PR for Plannerface, so you can use my code CAT to save 10% on your orders, and if you add my name in notes to seller, you can pick up one of the seasonal freebies. I have PR'd for Anna for several years, so I do get a lot of my kits from Anna, so we're going to hopefully, well, I know we will see a lot of Plannerface in this planner. Not all of these kits will necessarily still be available, but it is absolutely worth you having a look because some of them will be, and especially as some of these are going to be older, if they are still there, they might be in last chance, and so you can get them at a discount and you can use my code for additional savings. So it's definitely worth looking if you like any of these. I'm not going to be talking about where each of the individual stickers are from. We do not have time for that, but if you do want to know where any particular sticker is from, please feel free to comment down below and I'll let you know. And I will also link in the description the shops I mostly use, so you can get an idea. But to be honest, they're the same shops I show in hauls, so if you've ever watched my hauls, then you'll get the general idea. I'm also not going to talk through each of the plans. I'll maybe talk briefly about what's happening in each week, but I may not even do that. We'll see how it goes. So as obviously I said, this kit is from Plannerface, so I'm just going to mark that on my notes. And then the foil is a mixture of gold and champagne lights from Squirrel Prints Co. This was a foil bundle that she released last year, and I just love this foil. It's so sparkly and it was just perfect for a New Year's spread. This was not remotely reflective of my New Year because I felt unwell. I watched Christmas movies the entire day. Like, if we open this extender, I watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Christmas movies. I literally lay on the sofa, I did nothing else, and then I missed New Year. I just fell asleep. So yeah, that was how my New Year's went. I'm trying to think how I'm going to mark this. I guess I'm going to I'll just mark them separately, so like on my little tracker, in terms of like what I use. So this is how I'm doing it. So I've marked one for gold and one for champagne lights. It's not going to be exact, but you know, it's fine. So yeah, there's not really much else to talk about in terms of this week. We were in Newcastle for Christmas, so there's just bits about like driving back from that, and then mostly I was filming a lot of content during this time. It was a really productive time for me, and I am gutted to have not been able to do that this time around, but let's move on before I get too upset about that. So the next week we have the 2nd to the 8th of January. This is using a kit from Plannerface, and it is using silver foil from SPC. And I really like this one. It's super wintry. I have a lot of winter kits, but I actually really struggle to use them because we don't actually really experience winter in the UK until like March time, in which case you feel like you should be using spring kits. So it's kind of difficult to know when to use them. And I'm very, very particular about using kits in the perfect week. That's the thing I talk about all the time on my channel. So this one, we didn't have snow this week, but it was really rainy. So I guess that works. We went to see ABBA Voyage this week. So I went with my parents, my cousin and my auntie, which was really fun. And I used it. I felt I could like tell myself it was okay to use it because it had a bridge, and there's a bridge that goes over like to the ABBA Voyage venue. Sometimes I just have to find a really, really loose thing to make the kit work, you know? Next up, we have the week of the 9th to the 15th of January. This is using another kit by Plannerface, and I'm pretty sure it's rose gold foil. It's kind of difficult to see in my lights, well, my non-existent lights, and it's very grey outside today, but I'm pretty sure that this is rose gold. And this was the first November mystery we ever did. So if you don't know, I do work with Anna on the Plannerface mystery. So I help come up with mood boards and themes and clip art lists and all that kind of stuff. So if you ever want to see a particular theme at Plannerface, I'm one of the people you can try to convince. We can't do every theme, obviously, but do feel free to let me know if you have any suggestions. So this one I decided to use because I'm very much a new year, new me kind of person. And I was doing this like dance workout challenge, which this dance and health, I barely did it. It was such a waste of money. And we're not going to talk about all the other ways that I wasted money on exercise equipment in 2023. Like I'm currently blocked in by my treadmill, which is like the worst purchase I made for this. But yeah, so I wanted to use this kit for that because it was me trying to start my healthy lifestyle. I did not, but the kit is cute, so it's fine. Next up, we have the week of the 16th to the 22nd of January. This is using another kit by Plannerface, and this is using gold foil from Caress Press. So this is the Lunar New Year kit, which was art drawn by Kitnish Jess, and I loved it. I just was so excited, and I think everyone twinned on this week because it was just like, it was a theme that we've not really had before, and Jess just nails it every time, and this is just such a beautiful spread. So I used this because obviously for Lunar New Year, my brother's girlfriend celebrates Lunar New Year, and so I really wanted to kind of like honour her in my planner. And how could you not? Like, look at the colours. It's so beautiful. And I do have, you can see I usually put a quote box in the top left. I think this was it Melissa's? But she made it like to match this kit, so that was perfect. So yeah, I just really love this spread. I just really like it. In terms of what we were doing this week, I'm having like a brief look. I don't think there was anything like too exciting. It was a pretty standard week, really. It was quite stressful at work by the looks, which I'm like, the anticipation that I'm heading back into this season of my work is like a little bit stressful. But anyway, very, very cute spread nonetheless. One thing I did want to talk about actually that I did differently in this planner to my previous planners is I've always done deco along the top. I love the look. But this year I put little foil elements in between each one rather than doing like deco. And I really, really like it. I think I will keep that up for 2024. I think there's only 1 week in this planner where I forgot to do it, but I really, really like how it looks. And I think especially with this foil, which was Lunar New Year foil that Caress Press made, it's like even more perfect because it's just so spot on the foil. And I don't often use the deco elements in the foil bundle, so it's really nice to have a use for those. Next up, we have the final week of January. I did an entire month of Plannerface. So obviously I do PR for her, but like she is my bestie as well. And I just love her kits. Like I've done a few spreads in this planner later on, which are by shops that I do not typically use, and I was very stressed with it not being a Plannerface layout. I would just rather use the layout I know, you know, I'm a much faster planner that way. But this is for the 23rd to the 29th of January. This is using a kit by Plannerface, and this is using Sparkly Hollow. I don't know whether to mark Sparkly Hollow and Hollow separately. I often think I don't, but I might do them separately for fun this year. So this was the very first mystery that Anna and I ever did. How fun is that? So this was Cyber Monday 2020. Is that right? I don't know. My sense of time is so warped since the pandemic. But yeah, this was the first one we ever did. And then this is when Anna then let people know who purchased this, that we were going to be starting the mystery from January. And it was really funny planning with this because it was so different, because the kit format was so old. It didn't actually have enough boxes for me. So this one is not from the kit and this one is not from the kit. I don't think you can really tell until I draw your attention to it, but they're not from the kit because I need more boxes. And Anna now always includes enough boxes, but this was back before, you know, we like necessarily even planned in this way. So it was really interesting to use this format, but I think this spread came out beautifully. I love the pastel. I love doing flip throughs of my planner because what I always realize is that I mostly like pastel spreads, even though I always do bright colorful spreads, but pastels are actually my favorite. And the reason that I use this kit is because this was the week that we got my office set up. That's really crazy to think that that's nearly been a year, but in my head it was also like further away. But basically I have an office vlog up on my channel so you can watch it if you want to, but we turned our conservatory, which we'd always just kind of used as a non-entity space, to be honest. It had just like a sofa in it that we never used, and that was kind of, and then my spin bike, like there wasn't really a lot in here, and we turned it into my office space so that I could have a proper working from home space rather than our kitchen. And it's a real quality of life upgrade. It was one of the best things we did last year because now I have my own space to work. My planning desk is in here, my books are in here, you know. It's a really, really gorgeous room. Right now it's not at its fullest potential, unfortunately, due to the work we're having done in our wardrobe, which is an ongoing project which has taken like 6 months, and it's going to take into 2024, unfortunately. But it's, when it's back to itself, it is truly wonderful. So I wanted to mark this, and this kit just really gave me those vibes because it's got the mixture of like the desk and the planning. So it was the perfect kit for this week. And I also love these sparkly hollow bows. Sparkly hollow was also such a good choice with this kit. I barely used hollow before this year, and I used a lot of hollow this year, and I'm really happy with it. When hollow works, it works. So let's get into February. So the first one, this is a fun one. So this is the 30th of January to the 5th of February. This is using, I'm going to call the kit Scribble Prints Co. I did pick up some extras from another shop and we'll talk about that in a second. And this is just using normal hollow foil. I do try and alternate my foil choices between spreads. So I try not to have a run. I think there's 1 month in here where I do have the same like run of foil in a row, but I do try not to do it. So this one, as I say, it was kind of a kit from Scribble Prints Co, which was the art drawn by Kintnish Jess, and she did 3 different seasons of it. I used the autumn one in my 2022 planner, and then I do have the like lilac springy version. I ordered that from SPC in Black Friday, but I just fell in love with this version, and I actually didn't buy it myself. I got sent it accidentally by the SPC team, and so I wasn't necessarily going to use it, but I felt it was the perfect kit for, this was the week we finished the His Dark Materials TV show, which if you haven't read the His Dark Materials, that's okay, but the TV show is worth a watch. You don't need to have read the books. You should read the books because they're great, but the TV show is exceptional. It's one of the best adaptations of a fantasy series to a TV show. It's on BBC, so you can watch it for free. And this kit really spoke to me in terms of being His Dark Materials. Now, it was actually based on Lord of the Rings, but I felt like I could really lead it into being His Dark Materials because this just really reminded me of Lyra and Pantalaimon. There are fairies in the His Dark Materials. I just felt it worked. And this quote box is not from the kit. This is just from a shop that like shut ages ago, but I feel it works really well in terms of the colors, and obviously I like covered everything in hollow foil. The downside for this was because I didn't pick it up myself, it was a mini kit, which is what I purchased from SPC, but it didn't have any label add-ons, which I desperately need in order to make a spread. So I found the same kit on a shop, I can't remember which shop, but I'm sure I said it in my plan with me, where I then bought the printable version, and I bought some glossy sticker paper and I printed it out, and then I just stuck in some extras where I needed it. So some of the boxes were actually from that version. In fact, I think maybe even like this one was, and then obviously I added in the functionals. So I don't think you can tell, but it is actually very much a mismatch of 2 different shops, which is fun. It was really different to do this one, and as I say, the plan with me for this one is up on my channel, so do go check that out because I think it's quite a fun one to watch. I don't think I did a wiggle, so let's do like a little wiggle. Yeah, beautiful. And there was a lot of wedding admin going on at this time. I am so excited to be going like to be I'm filming this on New Year's Eve, to be one day away from saying I'm getting married this year is the most overwhelming sentence I think I've ever said in my whole life. But it's really interesting to see us so far back at the beginning of wedding planning to like where we are now, where we're so much closer to being done. It's just super interesting. So next up we have the 6th to the 12th of February. This is using a kit by Plannerface, and it is using silver foil from, I expect, SPC, to be honest. I don't know if I said, but that hollow foil was from SPC. Most of my foil is from SPC. So this is one of my favourite mysteries we've ever done. So this was I think this was November 2021, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember, but I think this one was a November mystery as well. And this was Spa Day themed. It was one of the first mood boards that I ever came up with. And it was a theme that we pushed and pushed and pushed until the perfect time. And it was just a mood board that was ready because I'd been working on it for so long, and it came out even better than I expected. Nella, who drew this, just did such a good job with it. It's so tranquil and peaceful, and I just... like, when I look at this kit, I just want to like fall into the kit, and that's such a dramatic thing to say, but it really is how I feel. It's just one of my favourite kits we've ever done. So I used this one because this was the week that so Valentine's is the week after this, but we celebrated at the weekend, and we went to a spa hotel, Horwood House, which is like just outside Milton Keynes. And it was really lovely. It was a really, really lovely venue. There was like really lovely food, and they had this lovely spa. So I have got an extender here which like goes through a bit more. There was some drama stuff that was going on around this, which is all fine now. It's all resolved, but there was a little bit of drama that I was dealing with while we were there. But yeah, I just am obsessed with how this came out, and I think that silver foil was just perfect. It only has little touches of silver foil though. Like, I have used bougie boxes in every single spread of this planner. I'm kind of hoping to not do that in 2024, because the thing is, if I start doing something, I really feel I need to stick with it, and I don't necessarily want to do that next year, so we'll see. But I did use bougie boxes for every single week, and then I've just got a couple of overlays on there, but you can see we've got like no bottom washi, because I just felt like the silver would detract from the beautiful bottom washi in this one, so I decided not to include it. Next up, we have the week of the 13th to the 19th of February. This is using another kit by Plannerface, and this one is also using silver foil. I planned this week really late because I couldn't decide what colour foil I was going to use, because I felt like silver was probably the right choice, but I didn't want to use the silver because I'd used silver the week before, which is like just such a silly rule, but was the rule. And in the end, I think I spoke to Anna about it, and I was like, what should I do? Like, I don't have a suitable red foil, for example. I don't have a suitable pink foil for this. And she was like, just use the silver. Silver's what will go. And she was right. Silver is what goes. So this was the like Valentine's art that Lavi drew for 2023. And I love Lavi's art, right? She's one of my favourite artists. I think her art is so detailed and beautiful. And I just really felt this represented me and Stuart. Like, when we can get a couple box that I feel like could be me and Stuart, I love that. Though this is, I guess, more what, like, my hair looks more like that. I probably look more like her, but I just love the vibe. And I love that we've kind of got like the hotel, but this could be a hotel or a bedroom or whatever. It's just really true Valentine's, you know. And on Valentine's Day, we did go out for dinner at a place in London called The Rails. They had like a 3 or 4 course meal with a jazz band. It was really fun. It was a really good night, apart from when I smashed some stuff on the floor, but the waiters were very nice about it. But yeah, I really, really liked it. And this box was not from the kit. This was just a spare plain box I had, but I felt it worked, and I just put the Happy Valentine's Day overlay over it. I kind of wish that more kits had plain boxes for me to add overlays, but then I would also need more quote overlays. I don't have a lot of them, but I'm getting low on my quote boxes because we don't do PR freebies anymore with Plannerface, so I don't get as many quote boxes, so I'm quite stressed about running out of them, because this is what I've always done, like for years and years, had a quote box in the top left. So we will see what we do there. But yeah, I think this one is really fun, and I'm glad in the end that I used the silver foil, because ultimately I'm not really a fun foil person. I'm much more of a core foil person, and I think that fun foil, I would have overdone it with this one. So I think silver was the right choice. Thank you, Anna, for your patience while I went back and forth a lot about this one. Then we have the week of the 20th to the 26th of January, also using a kit from Plannerface. And I believe this is it matte bronze or rose gold? No, that can't be matte bronze if I have that. So this must be rose gold. And just to let you know, this rose gold I'm talking about here is more of a coppery rose gold. When we get to SPC pink rose gold, I'm just going to call it pink because it's so much more pink. So this was another Valentine's art. This one was drawn by Nella. And I use this one because this is like the first week that goes into my really busy work season. And I like to use kits that kind of lean into like coffee shops or travel and stuff like that, because that's a lot of what I do during the busy work season. Like, that's not what my job is, but I spend a lot of time eating beige buffets in cafes or in Premier Inns, etc. So that's why I wanted to use this, but also obviously it's really Valentine's. It's very pink, obviously it's very, very pink, but I think it came out fun, and I think rose gold was the right choice because I brought in a lot of the brown colour. So I think there were 3 pink colours and 1 brown, and I brought in as much brown as I could to sort of balance out the pink. And that was also why I went for the rose gold foil, because obviously it can lean slightly brown in a way. So I thought that it was a good fit, and I do think that that's worked really well. So the final month for this quarter is March. So first up, we have the week of the 27th of February into the 5th of March. This is using a kit from Pink Diamond Planner Co. I think possibly the only one, but I guess we'll see. And it is using matte bronze foil from Scribble Prints Co., one of my favourite foil colours. And I think that matte bronze was a really, really good choice for this spread. It was very difficult to figure out what foil was going to work because the colours are really unique. Like, it's very pink, but has these really dark colours as well. But we have these, like, the drink and the bottle here, which are basically matte bronze coloured. And so that's why I went for the matte bronze, and I actually think it works so well. So the reason that I used this kit was I joined the work book club, and this was our first meeting. So we read 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and it was really nice to speak about the book with people that had read it. I have not, oh no, I read one more book for the book club, but then couldn't make the book club meeting for that one. And then I haven't been to any of the other meetings because I don't want to force myself to read books for the book club that I don't want to read. Like, I have a finite amount of time in the year to read, and I don't want to put myself in a reading slump, which is very easy for me to do, which is weird to say when you've read 115 books, but like, it is very easy for me to get into a reading slump. I could have read way more than 115 if I had avoided the reading slumps. And so I wanted to kind of make sure that I wasn't putting myself in a reading slump by reading books I don't want to read. Like, they read a lot of literary fiction. So I just dip in and out when there's books I want to read. But yeah, this kit was obviously book club themed, and I would love to go to another book club, like one in my town. But again, I don't want to force myself to read books I don't want to read. If I could find a romance book club where they read the same kind of contemporary romance that I read, like an Ali Hazelwood book club kind of thing, that would be great. That would be the ideal, but I doubt I can find that where I live. It's not a very big town, but that would be my dream. But yeah, so I thought I would just go ahead and use this because ultimately this was the kind of book club week, so it made sense to use it. Then we have the week of the 6th to the 12th of March. We are back to Planner Face and we are using silver foil from SPC again. So this one is the Kittenish Jess winter art that she drew for 2023. I love this. It's so pastel. It's so peaceful, and it feels so weird when we're so set on like snowy kits in January, but this was the week it snowed. So that was why I used it. And it normally snows in March now, so I think I need to be realistic about that and actually save my wintry kits for when it snows. It doesn't matter that traditionally snow is in January. The global warming means it's not now, you know? So yeah, I think I need to think about that for my 2024 planner. But I really like this one, and I'm always so behind on my planner that I won't have used a kit that I should have used already. I ended up filming this plan with me like 3 months behind, you know? So yeah, I really like this one. And in terms of stuff, it was a busy work week. Like, that's what all of these are, is work things that I haven't written in. And mostly I was dealing with snow, and it was like a nightmare getting over to my blood test and stuff like that. Like, there's not really a lot to report for this week. Then we have the week of the 13th to the 19th of March, and this is using a kit from SPC, and it's using silver foil from Caress Press. So this was the week of St. Patrick's Day. I don't celebrate St. Patrick's, but I really, really like St. Patrick's art. I just do. But yeah, I don't celebrate St. Patrick's, and I don't drink alcohol, and therefore the way that people in the UK often celebrate St. Patrick's is not really suitable for me. But I just love green. Okay, so, and I've been saving this kit for so long. Like, I fell in love with it years and years ago. I finally picked it up in the buy sell trade, and then I couldn't use it in 2022 because unfortunately our friend passed away this week in the equivalent of 2022, and so I obviously had to use a kit to honor her. So I decided to use this week, even though it meant I couldn't use a Mother's Day kit because Mother's Day annoyingly fell on the same week. Thankfully, it doesn't in 2024. But I've been saving this kit for such a long time that I just wanted to go ahead and use it. And, you know, sorry, Mum, but I did use a kit for her later on. Well, we'll get there. But yeah, so I just went ahead and did it. I think my mum would like this kit. I think it's fine. And yeah, the foil is perfect. It is St. Patrick's foil from Crest Press. I really like this one. It's so bright. It's so vibrant. Like, it's really fun. You know, it's a really fun spread. And in terms of what we got up to, I love how this Grogu stickers really match with this spread. And I tried to just use green character stickers, or like brown as well is in there, because like we were watching a lot of Star Wars stuff. But yeah, I tried to mostly focus on green to make it a really monochrome spread. And then we went for afternoon tea for Mother's Day, I think, in Hitchin. And then we went to see the wedding singer. So yeah, that was very fun. So then we have, is this the last one for this video? No, we have two more. Okay, so this is the week of the 20th to the 26th of March. This is back to Planner Face, and this is using, it's like pink hollow. I am just going to call this one pink, but it is like a pink hollow cherry blossom foil from Planner Choco, which was a specific cherry blossom bundle which was made to go with this kit. So this was some more art that Lavi did in 2023, and I'm just obsessed with it. I love the colours. If you don't know this about me, when I was at school I used to have a maths notebook that was entirely in pink and orange gel pen. So I love like pink and orange together, but with the added green, it's so beautiful. I wasn't sure about the foil at the time. Like, it was what everyone was buying, so I thought, okay, well, they must have all decided that pink hollow goes. And then when it came, I was like, oh, I don't know if that goes. But actually seeing it laid down, it does. But I did really tone it down. Like, obviously I used the bougie boxes and I used the overlays, but I did not use the bottom washi because I just felt like it was then too obvious that I felt it didn't go. But actually seeing it now, I do think that it goes. So I used this kit because it really reminds me of something work related, which I'm not going to talk about for security reasons, but it reminds me of a work related thing. So I felt that it was just kind of perfect for that. And I just really love the colours. I really love the art. I just think it's so beautiful. Like, I love anything that Lavi does. But yeah, it's just stunning. And I'm really, really happy with how this week came out. It's weird though, because I don't really use, you know, I know it's very in the planner community right now to use very patterned underlays or bougie boxes. I am not a fan, okay? I just prefer a confetti or like a light snow or something like that. Like, I like lighter patterns. Some of what I see on YouTube, I'm like, no, this is just too far. I'm sure it looks great for them, but I personally, it just does not suit my planning style. But this one was like the most patterned I'd probably ever done with the cherry blossoms, and I don't mind it. It's a bit much, but I don't mind it. But it's so weird to see how much it like peeks through the removable matte paper that Anna has. It kind of gives it a nice effect, you know. But yeah, that's just something to note, I guess, if you are using like strongly patterned underlays, they may show through. And then the final spread for this flip through is the 27th of March into the 2nd of April, using another kit from Planner Face. And this is using I think it's taupe, the foil. I'm pretty sure it's taupe, which is a kind of like light gold, but I think specifically the foil bundle is taupe, and then the underlays are my rose colored days ones in light gold. So this one is quite an old kit from Planner Face. I think it was called Blueberry, and I'd been saving it for ages but hadn't used it, and then I just finally decided it was the time because it's so contrasted to the week before with the pink. You know, it was so different, and I do like to mix it up and alternate the weeks, and I think this spread is beautiful. I love the blue and the yellow combo. Like, I do like a monochrome spread depending on the colours, and this is the perfect monochrome mixture for me. This was Liz's box, her PR freebie, and I never thought I would find a spread that this would go with, but it is the right blue for this. I'm glad I got to use that. And yeah, I just really like this one. I'm trying to think if I'd come up with a reason for like why I was going to use this. I'm sure I talked about it in the plan with me, but I mean, we were at like wedding shows and stuff. Again, we went to many wedding shows. So maybe it was for that. I guess like, yeah, we got like a tote bag at the wedding show. It was probably something as loose as that. But anyway, this is a very, very fun spread. So really like this one. To be honest, I really lucked out in this first quarter. Like I'm not actually sure there's any spreads I did this year that I don't like, but I like every single one of these. I think I did a really good job. So let's talk about some stats. So I used 11 kits from Planner Face in quarter one, 2 from Squirrel Prints Co and 1 from Pink Diamond Planner Co. I used 2 gold foil, 1 champagne lights, 1 silver, 2 rose gold, 1 hollow, sparkly hollow, 1 hollow, 4 silver, 1 matte bronze, 1 pink and 1 taupe. I'm not massively surprised by this because silver is my favourite foil these days, so yeah, it's not a massive surprise, but I think I massively drop off with the silver. I think gold might overtake this year, but we'll see. What I do usually do in these videos, even though I hate doing it, is I do usually pick a favourite spread for each month of the year, and I usually do it based on just how the spread came out rather than kind of the plans that were in it. So let's have a look through January. Oh, it's hard to say. I think I'm going to find this really hard. I think probably this one because I really like the pink and gold vibe. So let's say that one, but as I say, I like all of them. For February, I mean, that's a really fun one. Oh, but the spa one. Oh, I think it's probably spa because I just love this art so much. But this one, I was really happy with how that came out. I think hollow was the perfect foil choice for that one, but it's probably spa. It's hard to say. I don't know why I put myself through this because I actually hate doing it. And then for March, it's maybe that one, but I love all 3 of these ones. Like, and I just love how we've got like all greens, pinks, blues. Like, I love the flip through of these 3 weeks. Why do I put myself through this? And you guys don't even care, I don't think. It's actually maybe this one. Like, I love the blues, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna maybe stop doing this because I actually hate doing it. But that is it for my quarter one. I hopefully will get to film quarter 2 soon, but I currently don't have my June plans written in and therefore I can't film it. But as I said, I do have every base done, so hopefully it's not going to be too long until my quarter 2 video. I really hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know down below which is your favourite of all the quarter 1 spreads I did. I would love to know. And I will also have links in the description to the shops featured today. I'll basically, I think, just have a list of my favourite shops like I do for my Plan With Me's, and then you can just check out all the places that I shop. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a like, and if you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe. In the description, I will have a link to my Instagram and my Goodreads if you want to check out any more content from me. I do also have Plan With Me's for all of the quarter 1 spreads on my channel, so if you do want to watch me talk through those in detail, do feel free to check those out. Otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.